So Facebook, hey, I'm gonna show you why nobody had no water. Look at this. Look at this. Time of crisis, they buy up all the water, and now they selling it at 500% higher than the normal markup. People out here struggling for water, and they out here marking the price up, selling it high as hell. So you know it's illegal, right? Huh? It's time of crisis, and you go buy up all the water, and you gonna sit and you selling it this high.
How you know what I buy it for?
Huh?
How you know what I buy it for?
Well, you definitely ain't buying it for what you paying for it, what you selling it for. You marked it up like 500%, man. This water's like $3, dude. It's $3. That's why nobody can't find water, because people out here like you sitting there trying to make profit off a crisis. Off of a crisis, man. No, you should be ashamed of yourself, dude. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. People can't find no water nowhere. I bet you got look, all you need is enough for your family, man. For your family. You should be ashamed of yourself, dude. You should be ashamed of yourself. And that's why I don't never do this, man, but I stopped just because of this bullshit, man. No, this bullshit, dude. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, man. Out here making profit. People can't find no water. Y'all jacking up prices on the shit. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous, man.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Trey back again, hit you with a video. And this video right here takes place evidently in Houston, somewhere definitely in South Texas. Now, in South Texas, for those of you who don't understand, we have a lot of flooding, we have a lot of hurricanes, and at the same time, when it rains, it literally floods. No matter if it just rains a little bit in H-Town, it's going to flood. And the flooding be so bad that you can't get nowhere. You'll be stranded for days on end, sometimes days without power, depends on where exactly you're located at. But one thing that you will see if you're from that area or from any coastal area like that, where you have to basically stack up on water and food and canned goods and lights and flashlights, stuff like that, you will see people pretty much being greedy, buying way more than what they need. Just like in this video right here, you have a guy basically went and bought probably 30-40 packets of water, and in those times people gonna come in the store and they're gonna want water. That's the main thing. I would rather have a lot of water than a lot of food, because you can't go that long without water. So it's a very serious thing. So this guy and people like him take it up on themselves to buy up all the damn water. Then when you go in the grocery store trying to get a 2 or 3 packs of water, they're gone because some jerk done went and bought 30 or 40, 50 water just to go sell them for way more than what they're worth. Now I know a lot of you people thinking, well, Trey, that sounds like a good business idea. True, business is ran to all kinds of ways far as messing over people, but at the same time, where's your humility at for your fellow human being? Where's your sense of humanity at for your brother or your sister? Even though they may not look like you, even though they may be a different culture or a different race, it don't matter. But the point is, it's greed that we have in this country that allows people to do this type of thing, and it's really illegal, because they passed a law some years ago stopping people from doing this. Because if you buying up all the water, and it's a natural disaster, and it's been declared a state of emergency, what sense does it make to go in there and buy all this water that you can't even carry, that you can't even store, just to go stand out in a park or on a corner somewhere and try to sell it? And they wonder why people that do that get robbed. They wonder why people get hurt, because you taking away people basic needs. They need water, and people will hurt you to get what they need. Now, I don't condone any violence. I don't want nobody to think I condone violence, but at the same time, does it make sense for a greedy ass person to do that? And then they wonder why things happen to him. Now, this guy was very brave in this video for basically walking up on this guy solo. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was finna give him that work, give him his issue. And I ain't talking about no magazine and no mail. Talking about dropping them Fifth Ward bees on him, if you know what I mean. But anyway, basically walking up on the guy solo and telling him, man, look, you're wrong for what you're doing. You can't be out here price gouging these packs of water where they selling them for $3, and you come back and try to sell them to the people for $100 or $300. I done seen it where they were selling water for, like, at one time, it was the Hurricane 2001, and it was real bad. They were selling water like $100 a pack, and there was a guy had water stacked up, and he got his ass whooped too, because some of them guys just took it from him, and like what? He couldn't do nothing. They beat him down, took their water and gave whoever else water they wanted. And you'll be amazed how many people was clapping when they whooped that guy. But it was a big old guy standing out there. Basically, like this guy right here, he's not that big though, but it don't matter your size. But at the same time, when you sit up here and put people back against the wall and they don't have no choice, and you taking the basic things that they need to survive, people will hurt you. Even a dog would do that. A cat would do that. Take food out of a dog's mouth, even if that dog got plenty of food. Guess what that dog gonna do? Turn around and bite you. Do it to a cat, it's gonna attack you. So what do you expect a human being to do that has free will and able to think? You see what I'm saying? So to do that is just to put yourself in trouble with the people, and at the same time with the law. But at the same time, the law has a lot more things to take care of during these disasters, other than worrying about some jerk standing out in the park trying to sell water to make a little profit. And it's sad that you will have people like that will want to capitalize off the suffering of the people. It sounds like pharmaceutical companies, sound like major corporations. That's the same thing that they do. Penalize the people, buy up everything, then turn around and sell it to the same people for way more than what it's worth. It sounds like basically cheap pairs of Jordans that they trying to sell for $200 and it only costs $3 to make. Now think about that for a second, if you will. But at the same time, when we see stuff like that, we need to call them out. Because he's lucky somebody didn't walk up on him with a gun and basically threaten to end his life, because you could potentially, whether you're knowing or unknowingly, end somebody else's life. What if they somewhere they don't have enough water? What if they somewhere and they need to warm up some food or something for those who've had those outdoor burners and everything, or gas? All the electric gonna be gone, but the gas still gonna work. But at the same time, so you putting other people's life in jeopardy. So what do you think those same people are gonna do? Do you think those people are gonna let you play with them like that? And you standing out here with a sign up, basically advertising what all it is that you got, and then the guy happened to be, I think he's a Mexican. So I know damn well he knows better, because I know damn well his people taught him better than that. Much as people want to talk about America and how greedy America is and the people that's in America, so he knew exactly what the hell he was doing. Now this is the type of thing that you will see all the time, and I know people just probably seen a lot more of them. They be scattered out, and it'll be like a posse of them, if you will. It'd be like one over here, one in this section, and what they'll do, they'll go to all these grocery stores and they'll do it the day before the storm. They won't do it the exact same day because they know people will go off on them. They wait and they hear about it, they see it on the news. Okay, like if the storm gonna hit Thursday, they'll go out there Wednesday and they'll go buy truckloads, because you can't do it during a disaster, because that's not common sense. That wouldn't be too smart, wouldn't it? If you're going out there while people are desperately in need, because a lot of times people wait till the last minute to prepare themselves, just like with the Hurricane Katrina thing, when they was begging a lot of people to leave, and a lot of people chose to stay because they thought the storm, the wave, the flood wouldn't be that bad and be that high. And a lot of people lost their lives, and a lot of those people, thousands of them, still unaccounted for. So you pretty much putting people in a desperate, dire situation. And like I said, when you're back against the wall, the only thing you can do is come out blazing. You got to do what you got to do, because one rule in the world, and that's self-preservation. Self-preservation rules the nation. You see what I'm saying? So what I mean by that, for those of you who don't know, whether you would go to any lengths, to any extreme, to take care of yourself and to make sure you survive. If somebody cut your arm off, guess what you're going to do? You're still going to go try to seek help. You're not going to just fall over and die just because your arm got cut off. You're still going to try to make it. So when you do people like that, you playing a deadly game. And he's lucky the guy didn't smack him up, which I thought that he was going to do, but good thing that he didn't, because in those situations, people don't want to hear all that talking. They don't want to hear all that playing. They don't want to hear about, well, what's it to you? Then he tried to get smart when the guy explained it to him, because it's just like a lot of times we go in the grocery store when I was staying back home in H-Town and doing these storms and stuff, and it won't be no water. Luckily, my kin folks, my uncles or somebody or aunties would have extra water. We can get it because the people there just buy up every damn thing. It don't matter if it's light bread, food, whatever, canned goods, all that's gone. You walk in a damn store like you walking into one of those war movies, or one of those zombie movies where all the people buy up everything and leave and it is just empty. That's basically how it looks. So anyway, let me know what you all think in the comment section about this jerk, this asshole, if you will, that decided to play how can I say this? Decided to play like he's some type of corporation, like he's going to punish the people at the same time, penalize them, then make a profit. You can't do that because he's lucky he didn't get his ass tore out the frame, if you will. So let me know what you all think in the comments section. Also, if you would approach this guy, what you would have said, because I know exactly what I would have said. You know what I'm saying? You finna hand over some of that water, and I ain't paying for it. So people, y'all can get mad at that comment, but guess what? If it comes between me and my family, it's not like I'm taking from him and putting his family in a situation where they won't be able to survive. But how dare you put other people's family in that situation when you have more than what you need? That's the problem with the world today, is greed. People want to have more than what they need. That's the whole problem. Anyway, if you like, subscribe, and definitely let me know in the comment section what you all think, what you all would do. It's been your boy Trey. Till next time, I'm out.